これと同じ鏡レンゲの衣装の指輪だったんですよね。花言葉はクオンの愛情だそうです。そう、知らなかった。どうでもいい。ヒメルもそんな花言葉知らなかったと思うよ。
What do you mean he didn't know? He got down on his knees and gave you the ring on your ring finger. Girl, he is trying so hard. Please help. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. This is a pretty good anime. People have been talking about it a lot and say it's the best thing ever. I personally don't agree, but I do think it's very solid. If I had to put it on a tier list, it would go here. So let's talk about why it's pretty good and some things I necessarily don't enjoy as much, but once again, they're very minor issues I have with the show. But first thing great about the show are the characters, because Frieren, Fern, and Stark specifically, I love these characters. Frieren especially, I think is so well written with her development throughout the show. Realizing the time she took for granted with Himmel, I think it's very well done in her other party members. I love her relationship with Fern too. I think it's very cute and funny how Fern's kind of the adult in this situation, even though Frieren is like over 1,000. It's really cool. I think all the characters are pretty well characterized. I think they all got their little funny bits, and they all have their own goals that I like to read about. It's all pretty freaking good. Again though, Frieren and her backstory with her old parties, including Himmel, I love that character writing a lot with her. Specifically, when she meets Old Man Vol, man, do I love that episode. It is phenomenal. It's probably the best in the series so far. Morning, Fern. I'm potting up some logs. You wanna— Hey! Why? But sort of moving away from the characters, what else is good about the show? Because, characters are great, we love that. Well, the animation's pretty good. Now, this isn't the craziest positive, because, yeah, good animation, that's cool. I don't really care about it that much. It's cool that it's great. But, yeah, it's good. This is a show that I personally wouldn't care if it was animated too well or not. So, animation being good isn't the biggest positive, but I'd be lying if I said this animation was not very, very strong. But what is strong is how comfy this show feels. Now, of course, there are fights in this show. Frieren tells a girl to kill herself. Pretty freaking crazy. But what I like about the show a lot is that it's just really comfy and calming and wholesome all the time. Sure, once again, you have those fights with the demons, like, whoa, Frieren shooting blast this demon, oh my god! But what I really love is the down low moments where the characters are just friends with one another. I think it's great. Once again, my favorite episode in the series as of yet is with Old Man Bull, and that's just characters chilling out, and I think it's very, very well done. I love the episode where Frieren goes to make flowers for Himmel's statue and spends the whole episode doing so. There's no fighting, she's trying to find a flower for his grave. Not his grave, his statue. And that's very, very good. And those are my favorite parts about the episode. They're so far and away my favorite parts about the show that whenever we get to actual fighting, I kind of like check out because I want to get back to the wholesome character writing. And the fighting, it's cool, it's a nice cherry on top, but that's not what really draws me into the show. I'm drawn in by the writing of Frieren specifically, but the action, it's just there too. It's not bad. I don't want to say it's bad, but it is definitely not what I come to the show for, because the wholesome stuff and the cute and fluffy stuff, what like Stark's birthday, is amazing. And finally, the thing I like about the show the most is that it's very simple and easy to get into. There's no huge moral ambiguity of stuff, or it's not like, oh, what do I do? I'm so conflicted how I feel about this stuff, this character. It's all pretty straightforward, and I like that. It's like Dragon Ball. It has some layers of depth, but it's really easy to get into and enjoy it, and that's great. One thing I'd bring up is the demons. When we were first introduced to the demons, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a thing where most demons are evil, but maybe some demons are good, and you create some conflict within the series. Well, that happened 50 years ago with Himmel and Frieren, and guess what? Shocker, all demons are evil, and I like that simplicity. Now, I'm a big demon fan, look at Viper. Mwah. But I like that all demons are evil in the show, and there's no room for, oh, maybe they're good, maybe they're bad. No, they're all evil. Okay, let's take them out, get them, because it makes things really simple and easy to follow. Now, I might be saying this because I've watched this show while playing zombies, but once again, I do like how simple it is, It's very simple to follow Fern and Frieren and Stark's adventures. It's not hard to follow. It's simple to see who the good guys are and who the bad guys are, It's not very hard, and it's just easy to get into, and that's something I can really appreciate it, because once again, Dragon Ball is my favorite series. It's deep, but there's very easy ways to get into it, and you don't have to dig deep to enjoy it. And that's kind of the same with this show. its surface is very nice and simple, and while it can go deep, you don't need to, and that's pretty great. I think the series where you get too deep and it's really hard to get into is Semeji Simulation. Now, I say this, Semeji Simulation is one of my favorite mangas, but it is so abstract and complex that you need to read each chapter 5 times to get what's going on. And it's very annoying sometimes, but once again, Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, is so simple and easy and nice that I really adore it. But why is this anime not my favorite anime of all time? Why do I think it's just pretty good? You know, it's in the good tier on my tier list. Why is it not phenomenal? Well, for one, I mean, I said the demons are simple. That's cool. It doesn't really make me care about them because, once again, the action, it's nice. It's a good cherry on top, but I kind of check out. You know, I love the wholesome moments. I love Frieren and Fern kind of cleaning up a beach in the winter. I think that's great. I love Stark's birthday. I think that's great. Do I really care about this freaking mayor and his son who's dead from this demon, and this demon who can control his blood, and this little girl demon who can copy fighting styles? Do I care about that? Not really. It's cool. I don't hate it, but I don't really care about it, and I want to move on. You know, my favorite scene in the series is with the old man Volt and Frieren reminiscing on Himmel, and if he can even remember his wife's face, or Himmel's face. That's amazing. God. Do I really care about Frieren telling a girl to kill herself? Not really. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's really fancy, but I don't really care about it. Do I care about Stark killing a dragon? Not really. It's cool. It's kind of nice. You know what's funnier though? You know what I like more? Fern booking it from that dragon because she can't kill it. That's way more entertaining for me. Sure, this dragon killing thing, super well animated, don't care. You know, you can leave it at the table. I don't want it. Another thing that I don't find crazy about the show is Sign, the priest who recently joined them. Now, he is a very recent addition to this party, so maybe I can grow to love him like I did Stark, because I didn't really love Stark at the first time. But then I grew to like Stark a lot. Sign, I don't like him too much right now. He can grow to be better. I can grow to enjoy him. But at the moment, not my favorite character in the world. Yeah, but outside of those little issues, it's kind of silly stuff I don't really enjoy. This show is pretty freaking good. I like it a lot. I'd probably recommend it, because once again, it's really easy to get into. There's some stuff you can dig deeper, but man, you don't have to enjoy this show. It is great. It is not my favorite show of all time, of course. It's in the good tier, baby. It's not in the great, it's not in the top 5, it's not in the top 2, but it's a pretty good show, and I like it a lot. This was a show I was pleasantly surprised by because, you know, everyone talks about the show, and normally when people talk about shows, I tend to not enjoy them as much because I find them overhyped. Look at Cyberpunk Edge Runners, look at Jujutsu Kaisen. Shows talked about a lot that I found painfully mediocre. But this show, it kind of lives up to the hype. It's not the best show of all time, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I'm interested to keep on watching it weekly as it airs. So, are you watching the show too? If so, hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace.